guys, it's Manager Kylie, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how to fill out a non-deciding score sheet through USA Volleyball. So this score sheet is 2 non-deciding sets, and it is the USA Volleyball score sheet, which is typical to be used in junior club level tournaments. So this is used across the country in these tournaments and is very easy compared to the regular score sheet. There's not as much to it, and it's something nice and simple to watch and keep track of the score in these club tournaments when there's a lot of games going on. But if you guys are interested in more sports administration, coaching tips and drills that you can use with your team, definitely hit the subscribe button, turn the bell so you get notified every time I upload. It's post a new video every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So now we're going to dive in and show you how to use this score sheet. So this is what the USA Volleyball score sheet looks like. This is the one that has 2 different sets on it, so you can score both sets on the same sheet. It makes it nice and easy. So what we're going to start off with is the heading. So I'm going to zoom in on the heading for you to see that. So the start off is the name of the competition. So this is going to be the tournament. I am making up these names. We're not following anything in particular. We're just going to make up the name of the tournament. I'm literally just going to write Volley Bash, make something up. The city and state, I'm just going to write that it's in Boston, Mass. The hall, I'm just going to leave blank. Usually you'd fill that out based on where you're playing. And some of these other ones I'm just going to leave blank just because I don't really know exactly. It depends on what you're playing. I'm going to say this is women's and this is juniors. And then the next thing that's really important to fill out is the team names. When you write the team names, you want them to be in all capitals. So we have Thunder. And then we have Lightning. And the other part that we are going to fill out is in this top corner. We are going to fill out the date. I'm going to make up that it happened on 11/1/20. The court number is 2. And we're just going to say the time it was supposed to happen was 10 a.m. So we're just going to put 10 a.m. If you have times in the afternoons, you can see this section right here has when it should be. So if you have times in the afternoons, they have to be written as like 1500. But so far we are all set. The next section we're going to fill out is this officials printed name section. So you're going to write the first officials and the second officials, and we're going to write that it's Joe and John, and then you're going to write your name in these scorers, and then the work team, we'll just say it's purple. I'm kind of making these up because obviously we don't have a team, and then the region, because it's playing in Mass, we're going to say the region is New England. The next section we want to focus on is this top section right here that says start time, team names, and the other team's name, and the end time. That's just very important to keep track of and make sure you have all the information. So when we write the team names, we know that Thunder is going to be on this side, and we know Lightning is going to be on this side to start off. And then we do want to also make sure that we put in the start time when the set starts and the end time when the set ends. But we are going to focus now on these few boxes. We are going to say that Thunder has served, so we're going to put an X over the S, and that Lightning has received, so we're going to do that. And then cause Lightning has received, we are going to put an X in this first service box down here, just because there's nobody that's going to be serving or earning points in that box because they have received. So you would then receive some lineups. Now I don't have the lineup paper with me, but I'm just going to put in the numbers for the lineups. You do want to make sure on the lineups that there is no duplicate numbers, so there's no 2 people that are number 10. You also want to make sure that there's a little C next to one of the names, that there's a captain. You want to know the numbers of the libero, or see if there's an X in the libero boxes, as that will change the way things happen later. And then you also want to make sure that there's a coach signature. If there's anything wrong with these, just talk to your referee and they will help you get that all squared away with the team's coach that has the problem. So I'm just going to go in and put in the numbers. So it's just strictly the numbers on the lineup sheet will match the numbers right here that you are following. So if somebody's written in the 1 box, that's who's going to go in the 1 box. It's just strictly where they are positioned on the court to start off. So we have 5, 10, 22, 16, 18, and 7 captain. And then for the Lightning, we have 16, 7, 3, 8, 18 captain, and 11. So that's all set for that. Now for liberos, we have for Lightning, we just have number 25, and then the second box is an X. And for Thunder, we have 22 23 and 21. So now you're going to go in and enter any data that you know for the second set. So for the second set, we do already know which team's going to be on each side. So we know they are going to switch sides. So Thunder is going to be on this side and Lightning is going to be on the other side. And we do know that because Thunder has 2 liberos already written in, that's the only 2 liberos they can use for the whole set. So we do already know their liberos are 23 and 21, so we can write that in already. But because Lightning already only has 1 libero, they can change who that is, but we know that they only have 1, so we can put an X in the second box, but they can change the number of who the libero is in the first one. So now we are on to the game happening and how to score points. So Thunder has the first serve, so 5 would be the one serving the ball. And when 5 serves the ball, we are going to make a check in this service rounds box right here. We are just going to check off that little 1 to say, okay, they have served the ball. And once that serve does happen, we are also going to put the start time. So we are going to say that it started at 10:01, that it was 1 minute late, but it still started pretty close to on time. Then some events happen and Thunder does win the point, so you're going to put a slash over the number 1. And then another rally happens. You don't have to do anything when they serve, you just make sure 5 is still serving, and they win the point again. They get a slash over the number 2 in the middle section. And then, okay, now they lose the point. So when they lose the point, we are going to put a 2 in this box to say, okay, they got 2 points. They got up to the 2-point mark. It's whatever the last slash mark is in the service box. And we are going to slash off the number 1 for now 7, who is serving on the other side. And now when 7 serves, we check off the 1 box for 7 that they served their first round. And we now play a couple points. They win 2, they win 3, okay, and now it switches again, there's a reverse, so we now put a 3 in this box for number 7, we slash off the 3, and now number 10 is serving. However, number 10 is not going to go back and serve, they're going to have the libero come in and serve for number 10, so we are going to put a triangle over the number 2 in the order, because in that order, anybody that goes in and subs in for number 10, the libero can only serve in that one position. Now that the libero serves, we're going to check off that there's a serve here. We're going to put a little triangle over that. And any points they win, so if they win 2 points, the 4 and 5 are going to be triangled off. And then we are going to put a 5 because that's where they ended right here. And then we now switch back to Lightning. So Lightning's going to receive the 4th point. And now Lightning would like to make a serve. So instead of having number 3 go back to serve, they're going to have number 10 come in for number 3. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to put number 10 in the box underneath number 3. And right on the dotted area is where you put the current score. So currently Lightning has 4 points and Thunder has 5 points. So you want to put the team that's serving first, so the team that's making the sub, the team that is initiating the sub, whether they're serving or receiving, the team that is initiating the sub goes first, and then the other team goes second. So there we go. We understand that number 3 has now subbed out, number 10 is in the game, and that happened at 4-5 for the score. The last thing that we want to make sure on the substitutions is that on the bottom section down here, we do cross off the number 1 because the first substitution has happened. You also want to let the ref know when you get closer to the end of the subs. So when there's 9 subs, 10 subs, 11, 12, you want to let them know that they're running out of subs, just so the team is aware that they're running out of subs. You just let the second ref know that the other team is running out of subs. So now some more play has happened in the game, and we are now at a point that the Lightning would like to call a timeout. So what we're going to do for that is in this timeout box, you are going to put the team that is wanting the timeout score first. Lightning is the one calling the timeout, and they are currently at 8 points, so you're going to put an 8 in the first area, and then Thunder is currently at 15, so you're going to put a 15 at the second area. And that's all you have to do for timeouts. Each team is given 2 timeouts, so you understand that, okay, Lightning has used their first timeout, Thunder still has 2 remaining, but now Lightning only has 1 remaining, and then the rest of the set will happen. So now we have come to the end of the game, and Thunder has won the game 25-13. So now it's time to end the set and close out the score sheet for this set. So one team has won with 25 points by 2. That's just the rules. You have to win by 2. So the first thing we're going to do is put this 25 in the the service box just because that's at the end of the game. They ended with 25. And then we are going to circle the final score for both teams. So we have to circle the 25 and circle the 13 because that was the final score. If a receiving team was to win, you would just put a score right here. So if they were to hit 25, you would just put the 25 in the next service box, but you wouldn't put a little slash over the service number. So you wouldn't put a little slash over this little 2 right here. You would just leave it blank, because that person didn't actually serve, but they still did receive the point to win the set. You do want to put the time the set ended, so we are going to say that this ended at 10:25. And you do also want to draw an hourglass over the remaining points. So I'm going to zoom in on this section right here. For the remaining points, you are just going to draw a line on each end, and then you are going to draw an hourglass shape. It just kind of crosses them out. And if there is 2 columns left, like this one still has 2 columns left, you're going to draw 2 separate hourglasses just to kind of cross out the extra points to show that those weren't used. So you're just going to draw your 2 hourglasses over all the remaining points to cross those out to show those weren't used. So the next thing we're going to do is fill out the results section. So zooming over here, we have the winner of the match. We don't know that yet, but we can fill out the results for set 1. So we know that Thunder won. We know that they won 25-13 over Lightning. So then we are all set in that section, and then we are ready to go over and fill out the rest of the second set. So the second set will now happen. You'll do the exact same thing for the second set, and then when the second set is over, we will say that Thunder won that one as well, and Lightning lost that one, but this one was a closer game. We'll say it was 25-21. So now we know that the match winner is Thunder. So we can put that right here. And we know that they won 2-0. So you can just write how many sets they won, and that's all set. Now we have to scroll down to the signature section. So you do want to make sure that you fill out the signature section. So you want to put your signature. And then you want the first referee to check over the score sheet, and they will put their signature. So we'll just sign. Joe would put his signature. And then your sheet is all set. One box that I will add in is the requests box and the sanctions box. So if there's an improper request, you're just going to check off which team had the improper request. And if there's anything that needs to go in the sanctions box, they will show you how to do it. I'll show you how to do a delay. You would just put a D in the warnings box. You would put who was it. So say team A. You would say what the set was. So set 1, and the score was 13-8 or whatever the example is. So you would just fill this out. Some of these other ones, they would help us with you and tell you where to put everything and how to put it in. If you have any questions, just let the ref know and they'd be happy to help you. Now your score sheet is all set. You're all done. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I definitely think this score sheet is easier than the traditional score sheet that's used a lot of times in high school events. This one's meant to be used in tournament style play when there's a lot of games going on, so it makes it nice and easy for everybody to understand what they're doing. But if you have any questions about the score sheet, definitely let me know in the comments down below. If you're interested in checking out any of my other volleyball scoring videos, I will have those linked at the end of the video. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more videos on this channel, and I'll see you next Wednesday.